guys, Mr. Tolly here. This, we're going to do some leather work. This is a hatchet. This is brymckown's hatchet. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. And he recently sent me a drill press, and my unboxing video didn't work out real well. It didn't record. You can't do an unboxing video twice. Just so you know. So, we left it at that. Here is his hatchet. I also have another project from him, but we'll stick one at a time. So, this is his hatchet, or Tomahawk. I like this one, it's really nice, with the hammer anvil on the pole there. And it's got a nice handle to it, nice length. But he wanted a sheath for it that he could wear on his belt. So, what I did is I quick threw together a template. Now, I've never done a sheath like this before. And I've never done one for a hatchet. I've done masks and such for axes, but I've never done a belt sheath. So, I made a prototype out of just some other leather that I had around. This is the face, which allows your blade to slip in between. And that'll wrap around, this will wrap down. Anyway, I'm going to quick put this together with some Chicago screws. There are a couple of things that I'll change when I do this for realsies. These sharp corners here and here won't be there. They'll be rounded. Mostly because sharp corners, A, you can't burnish them very well, and B, are just a pain in the butt. So, I'm going to go ahead and put these together. I just use Chicago screws, and they're blemished ones, so I can't send them out on customer projects usually. From time to time I will. But those are where they're never seen. So I've got a couple of different places where I need to put those. I'm going to get that done. I'll be right back. Here it is, all put together. All but the strap that holds it in. I forgot that. But it's just a small little tab as opposed to something that covers the whole top. This is easier to use. I may change my mind. I don't know. So, we just slide this down, and some of the things that I notice that need to be changed right away is I need a little more welting in this part here, which is okay, easy enough to do. Other than that, once I've got the snap on here, I think we're going to be pretty good. I kind of like it. It's a belt that's held onto the belt. Now I can lower it. I can do a lot of things with it yet. The way it feels to me, if I stand up and hang it on my left side, I like it. If I hang it on my right side, I like it. So, I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to take and cut it out. Cut my pattern, this pattern. Now this pattern was cut out as I kind of went. And the original, which I don't even know what I did with it now, was a bunch of pieces taped together. Because that's part of the pattern making when you're doing custom work. So I did sketch out another pattern. Everything is exactly the same dimensions as this. And I'm going to go ahead right now, cut her out. And then I'm going to cut it out of the leather, and I'll show you the leather after it's cut. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I've got my welt made up of 3 pieces, skived down to nothing. When you're skiving leather like that, there's, different ways to that I use to skive. Depends on what the thickness is, what the leather is, you know, as to what I'm going to use. So sometimes you just got to be creative. Anyhow, it's all skived down. I'm going to let it sit and dry really good because I want to smooth up the inside just so it looks, well, you never see it. But I don't care if you never see it. I'm going to clean it up nice. And then I'm going to dye the rest of it now before I do anything else. Hey guys, working on brymckown's hatchet sheath or Tomahawk Sheath. That badass tomahawk he's got. This, well, what I'm doing now is I've dyed the inside, can coated it, and now I'm sanding off the high spots. This will make it much smoother inside, and especially like with the guns, you know, you have a finish on there, and the smoothness will help reduce wear. You're always going to get wear no matter what you do, no matter what kind of lining you use. A lot of people think you should use a suede lining. I don't use suede because suede is, it picks up dirt. And the dirt is what is going to scratch your firearm. So I don't use lining when I'm doing a lined holster, such as this. This is for another YouTuber. We'll have some video on that a little later. I have about an 8-ounce leather on the outside. This is another 4 ounce, which makes for a really heavy-duty, sturdy holster, and it's extremely smooth on the inside, just to protect this firearm. So we'll talk about that one later. But this is just another way to do it without all the extra. It's a lot of work to put a lining in a holster. It really is. This is done now. Like I said, I'll put another coat of dye on it to cover it up, and then another coat of tan coat to seal it, and it's going to be ready to do final assembly. So there you go. I'm going to burnish my edges a little better. These are the edges that I'm not going to be able to get to real well once it's assembled. Same with this. This is going to be tough once it's assembled to do that. So we're not getting to those. I will dye the outside of it completely. That's just a little soak through. And you'll see the next step when I start wrapping my making the handle loop, making the belt loop, all that. We'll show you that soon. So stay tuned.